Yeah, one time he missed weight, man, and from then on.
And that's he had a death in the family. There was more to it. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And it was the COVID
no excuses,
and all.
From then on, we showed the cameras. We showed everybody. The
media, Manny Pacquiao style.
66, 67 before the day of the weigh-in, and you can see it now again. He's been coming under like almost 2 pounds. We could easily go 167.9, 166,
You want to make a statement,
something like that, but he's not struggling with weight, and I think people just keep thinking about the same thing, that he can't do weight. If he couldn't do weight, we will go to 175. We have a contract for 3 fights. We have Boo Boo Andrade, we have Charlo, we have David Morrell. If everything goes well, then I'm pretty sure it's going to go well. So I wouldn't sign that contract for 168 if I didn't think he was going to do 168.
What's up, YouTube? Let's get to it. All right, man. So David Benavidez, his dad Jose Benavidez was on he was doing an interview, and they was talking about David Benavidez weight, which led to him telling them about a 3-fight deal. He would basically just let him know that, he's not struggling with his weight. He can make 168 because there has been talk and people have been saying that, he needs to move up to 175 because it looks like he's struggling to make weight at 168. According to Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez is not struggling. He's not struggling to make weight. They are going to stay at 168, at least for now. And he confirmed that by letting the interviewer know that I wouldn't have signed a 3-fight deal if I didn't think that he couldn't make 168. And he gave who those 3 fighters were. He said they were Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, Jermall Charlo, and David Morrell. Now, this right here would be interesting. This would be very interesting. If you can't get the Canelo fight, cool. You already made a name for yourself. A lot of people now know who the Mexican Monster is. They now know who David Benavidez is, especially with his fight after Caleb Plant, because this is actually one of his biggest fights to date. He had some good ones in the past, but this is probably one of his bigger ones with Caleb Plant. Everyone saw what he did to Caleb Plant. And now they know the Mexican Monster. They know, despite people trying to say, well, Canelo's the real Mexican Monster, did you see what he did? Whatever. I already spoke about that in my last video, and I already told you guys, monsters don't duck nobody, and I ain't trying to say Canelo was ducking. I like Canelo, man. I like a lot of boxers, bro. But if I see somebody doing something stupid, I'm going to call it out. I'm sorry. I don't even want to get into this whole John Ryder thing and how, well, he was his mandatory. Yeah, but his mandatory should have been David Benavidez because he was his mandatory since May of last year. John Ryder just became his mandatory in November. But whatever, that's a whole nother subject. So David Benavidez, and it looked like that they're going to move on. And I don't really blame him. Because actually, these fighters that he just named will be some real good fights. I wouldn't mind seeing David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade, even though I think Demetrius Andrade is going to get knocked out by David Benavidez. I don't mind seeing Jermall Charlo versus David Benavidez, even though I think David Benavidez will have a little more challenge with Jermall Charlo. I still think he will pull out the win because we haven't really seen Charlo at 168. And I don't really know how he will perform at 168 because I think he's at 160 right now. He's supposed to move up, and apparently he was going to move up, but he's probably still going to do it, or unless he's already moved up. I just really haven't heard much from him. He's been inactive, so we don't really know because we haven't really seen him at 168. So I'm gonna just go by this, and I'm gonna just say that based on styles, I can really see David Benavidez hurting Charlo. I can see Charlo outlasting longer than Andrade. Yeah, I can. And I can actually see him throwing some power shots that could hurt Benavidez. I don't think it's going to put Benavidez out, but maybe it hurt him a little bit. But he'll still come forward with that pressure, and I don't think he's going to be able to handle it. And I'm talking about Charlo. And then, especially the fight with David Morrell, the guy who's actually less experienced is the one who I think would be a real problem for David Benavidez. Yep, I said it. If you don't agree with me, oh well, this is my channel. I think David Morrell will be the one who will be the actual problem. Now, I still don't got him beating David Benavidez. And if he do beat him, I just see it being by decision. I see him hurting David Benavidez. I do. I also see David Benavidez hurting him, though. That's the crazy part. So this will be a good fight, a real good fight, actually better than the first two, because this will be like a real challenge for David Benavidez. I think, in my personal opinion, I think it'll be a real challenge. Yes, David Morrell. Yes, the one with only 8 fights. Yes, he'll be the one. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion on what I think. But it is what it is. He had to move on. They saying that Canelo gonna face Bivol next. After Ryder, they saying he's gonna fight Bivol next. So, hey, now, I mean, they claim that if they can't get Bivol, then they'll try to go with David Benavidez. But what, they expect David Benavidez to sit there and just wait on them? So I don't blame him, because there's a lot of people trying to talk about David Benavidez and they literally trying to call him out and trying to say, oh, well, they saying that Canelo was ducking him, but look at him. If he really wanted to fight Canelo, he wouldn't have signed a 3-fight deal, and he wouldn't have done that. Man, shut up. You really think the dude's supposed to be sitting here just wait, and he's supposed to be just sitting here waiting on Canelo? He's been trying to fight this guy. No, he's going to move on. And I don't blame him. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today, man. Tell me what you guys think about this whole situation. About the whole 3-fight deal, and about him just saying forget Canelo and moving on with his 3-fight deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Holla at your boy.